Hello and welcome back to 10 Minutes USA. I'm Chuck. Let's get into this. Loud cars. Around here, these guys that, back when I was younger, if you modified cars, you were a hot rodder or, a racer or whatever. Now they call themselves tuners. These guys that tune import cars, mostly Japanese cars. And, that's great, fine, keep everything going. But now they've gone from, loud mufflers, fart can mufflers we call them. They go down to the local Pep Boys and buy their $49, $59 fart can muffler and hacksaw off their old muffler off their Honda, stock Honda or Toyota or whatever they got, and bolt it on and, ride around in second gear all day making a bunch of noise. And for what? Just to make noise, I guess. Now they've gone one step farther, at least around here. I don't know how it is where you're at. Let me know. But now same guys, I guess they have some kind. They either change out the ECU and put in one you can program from a laptop, or they add some kind of electronic inline box where you can change parameters in your ECU, and your timing, your fuel injection, and other parameters. Now those are set up for modifications, to richen up the fuel, change the timings, change your variable valve timing for modified engines. But no, these guys now, they basically got stock engines. I mean, there are some around here, I'm sure. I've seen a couple of pretty fast cars that got 4 cylinders in them with turbos. But the majority of them, they just modify and they put the parameters in where they get now they just hack off the muffler, straight pipe, no muffler at all, no, not even they even take off the catalytic converter. So now you got straight pipe with some idiots putting settings in to get the car to backfire, especially on decelerating, and they ride around, same thing. I call them second gear idiots. They ride around in second gear all day, tack out their engines up and down the roads, and when they let off, these things just backfire like crazy. I mean, it sounds like 12 gauge shotgun shells going off. Adds no performance to the car at all. All it does is add to noise pollution. And we have enough noise pollution, especially here where I'm at. I mean, I've got jets flying overhead from the airport, which is about 5 miles away, depending on which way the wind's blowing. They're either flying over or they're landing. But anyway, and then I'm not far from a main rail line, and now you got these idiots running around second gear all day, and the cars are backfiring. And I mean, the first time I heard it, I thought the local gas station outside of my neighborhood was being robbed. Sounded like gunfire. And what is the advantage of this other than to piss off people on the road and even people walking their dog, on the sidewalk, just scaring the shit out of them? It's stupid. It's retarded. I know one thing, if I did something like that, the cops would arrest me and pound my car, and I have to spend a bunch of money. But these idiots, because I've asked cops about it, I said, why don't you do something about it? Well, it's just a loud muffler. I said, there is noise ordinance. I know it's on the books. I said, this is craziness. I said, now with these backfiring cars, that it adds no performance. Actually, it kills your engine, guys. Guys that are doing this, listen. It destroys your valves, puts ungodly stress on your wrist pins, on your pistons, because you're it's an explosion that is not timed properly, and it's going back into the cylinder, high pressure, not only out the exhaust, and it puts a lot of stress on your engine, your valve train, valve spring, everything. And I'm sure after a little while, then when their engine lets go, they realize, oh shit, I shouldn't have been doing that. It destroyed my engine. But I mean, back when I was modifying cars, one time I used glass packs, and they're straight through. They're loud. And after about a week, I took them out because it was just so noisy in the car. This was a V8 powered car. I said, nah, and I put turbo mufflers on it. I was working at Midas at the time, so right off the shelf we had turbo mufflers that we used on the old Chevy Corvair. Actually, that was the first turbo muffler. It was a Chevy Corvair muffler. It was a high flow type of muffler. I put those on, and it had a nice low rumble, and it'd get a little louder under hard acceleration, but nothing like these idiots are doing now. I mean, this is crazy. There's one guy, I hear him. I've seen him out there on the main road. He's got a Z car, a Nissan 300ZX or something, and straight pipes, V6. And this thing, I mean, I can hear him when he lets off. He's probably 2-3 miles down the road, and I can hear the explosions. That's how loud it is. Now, I haven't heard him lately. Maybe he blew up his engine, because eventually that's what it's going to do. It's going to destroy your engine, and, riding around in low gear all day and tacking up your engine all day is not good for it either. And like I said, most of these guys, it's a stock engine. So I guess they can't afford to modify them and, make a faster, more powerful car. So they figure, hey, I'll do the next best thing, just make a bunch of noise, which to me is stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Anyway, let me know if this is a thing around your area. I'm curious. I know here in Florida it is everywhere. It's these young millennial dudes, and like I said, I got nothing against guys, wanting to be hot rodders and tuners and stuff, but making a bunch of racket for no reason is plain stupid. I mean, one day you might piss off the wrong guy and he goes into road rage, and then somebody ends up getting shot on the roadside. That happens down here on a weekly basis. Is it worth it? No. I mean, you can put quieter mufflers, you lose no performance at all. But like I said, most of these guys, it's a stock engine. Or you have some guys that buy these, cheap turbo kits off of eBay, made in China, and they strap them on a stock Honda engine or a stock Toyota or something. And it runs pretty good for a short time. Then usually the clutch burns up first, then the engine blows up, because it's not made for it. It's not designed for it. You got to have a low end that can handle the boost. You take a stock engine that's not set up for boost, it'll run for a little while, but then it's going to let go. It just wasn't designed for it. Anyway, that was my rant and rave about this tuner crap going on with the exploding straight piped cars now. No mufflers at all. If they brought back years ago, they used to have a state inspection for vehicles here in Florida. And if they bring that back, it would end it all, pretty much, because you'd have to have your converters and all your pollution controls on the car, or it won't pass inspection. And it has to meet emissions, of course. That's the other thing. I've been behind a lot of the newer cars that are set up like this, and they're just dumping fuel into the cylinders. I can smell it. And it's raw fuel. I mean, you had a car that got 30, 35 miles to the gallon. Now it's probably getting, 12. And you're gaining no performance other than making noise. Stupid. I don't get it. But anyway, that's my rant and rave on this. Timer's about up. See you in the next one.